Chris Harris and Lauren Walsh out here at Ascension St. Thomas Sports Park. Lauren, the Tennessee Titans wrapped up their final practice here in town for like a week and a half before they go on the road for their first preseason game in Tampa. First joint practice in Tampa is tomorrow. So getaway day today. What were some of the things that stood out to you?
I've got to go with the offensive line, honestly. They were doing some 2-minute work, some red zone stuff, and we've talked to the offensive line for about 2 weeks now about the challenge of going up against defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons day in and day out. And this is really a revamped offensive line. You have guys playing on different sides of the line and new pieces as well. And I have to say, they're doing a great job, even in single man-on-man against Jeff as well as double teaming him. And you have to feel optimistic about that when you try and picture this offensive line going up against some really difficult pass rushers in this league. Yeah,
no question. Things that stood out to me, Cam Ward today and the offense in general, much more crisp. You were here on Sunday. They were awful by all accounts. Saturday they looked good, so it's kind of been an up and down process. But Cam running the 2-minute drill today, maybe the best I've seen so far in camp. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like Cam, his confidence is kind of reaching a new level. He's already a super confident guy, but just confidence in terms of executing different plays and knowing where his receivers are going to be. Tyler Lockett was even telling us, hey, there are some elements of freedom within the routes, and we work with Cam after practice so he can figure out where we're going to be when those opportunities arise. And I think you see that when they take on these team periods and red zone drills.
Yeah, no question. We're asking some of the guys just so you know, like, this is the next step, right, for them to go on the road and play against another team. They're tired of beating on one another, and it's a big challenge. I talked with a couple of guys in the secondary facing the receivers that the Bucs have. I mean, you have future Hall of Famer Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin, you got Baker Mayfield throwing the ball to him, so they're going to get tested right out of the gate.
Yeah, and we were also just discussing that Tampa Bay has a pretty good defensive front as well. So this isn't going to be kind of a let's run out whomever and just get a general feel of things in the preseason game. Brian Callahan said Cam Ward will play at least a series, maybe two. The starters are going to play, and I think that's really important for this group. It's only year 2 in Callahan's system with, once again, a ton of new guys.
Oh yeah, and a lot of, eyes on everything. Like, it's a big year for everyone with this franchise after going 3-14 last season. One roster note, yesterday they signed Quandre Diggs. They bring back the veteran safety who played in 8 games here last year before he suffered that Liz Frank injury in November. You talked with Quandre. I imagine he's excited to be back.
He was very excited. He had a lot of jokes and little elements of trash talk for Cam Ward already, saying, I feel like Cam's always asking me for money. He's still that little cousin to me. He was also asked about what he would do if he were to pick off Cam Ward, and he said, I've picked off a lot of #1 picks in my career. His time will come. So you can tell they have a very banter-forward relationship as cousins, and I think that's only going to drive Cam to have someone so close to him in this locker room to push him and hold him accountable.
Yeah, it's just funny how, the world is small, right? Athletes, we're already spanning now 2 generations of different athletes on the same team here with the Tennessee Titans. And another Texas Ex. I talked to rookie tight end Gunnar Helm and asked him about that, and he said, yeah, it's we're the Tennessee Longhorns up here, man. You add in T. Sweat too, and so it's a big family. It's a big family. All right, for Lauren, I'm Chris. We'll send it back to you. I mean, the Tennessee Titans are heading on the road for about 10 days, so we will not see them for a while. We'll see what happens in the preseason.